Hey guys, hi Dudley. Bill, good day, good to see you. Mark, hello. Peter, good day. Stuart, hello. Bridge, good day. It's all happening. Yeah. Hmm. What's happening, everyone? Tea. Tea sounds like a plan. I haven't had tea yet. I haven't even thought about tea. Don't know if there's anything in the actual fridge for tea. But anyway, Stuart's had a big day out. That's awesome. I may go and get tea later. We'll see how we go with that. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Where's Stuart's big day out? What's he been up to? Should have taken him, but anyway, it's all good. I wasn't sure whether I was going to get a delivery today or not. I never, so that never happened. Apparently. So we were it's all good. Out with the men's group. Okay, doing men things, obviously. Beer is a thing again, Bill. That's good. It's good to see you back. And beer. It's a bit dark in here. Let's have some light. Some light. What's been happening? Got a few things to look at, I guess. We've got a Fowler roller sign, plate off the front, which is going to get a coat of paint and a clean up, a bit of a tidy up, and a little bit less gold paint on it. So that's a job for some time. All the things that we've got nothing better to do with our time, that's one of them. So we could do that. It's down the list a little bit. But it'll happen because it's, hey Raymond. Yeah, I don't know. I think they come home anyway. I don't know. They were home before I left, and they had a seriously. I don't know. Left a bit of extra paint laying around. Anyway, I got some paint done. Very happy with that. Gentleman Randy, g'day. I think they were still talking to each other. I don't know. They're probably not after they seen the mess I left, but anyway. I've got these two little oil caps sitting here. These aren't actual. They had a good holiday, good on them. I had a bit of a splurge too. I wasn't feeling real bright Saturday and Sunday, but I got a bit done. So that's good. These aren't genuine equipment. They're a bit more modern. Might keep them because I reckon they'll go on something one day. But right now, they're surplus to requirements. What we should have is 2 of these instead. Hey, James. Stauffer's patent, London. This says number 4. This is number 4. Yeah, there's number 4 on there. Queensland. They went to Queensland for a holiday. It's a bit strange, but anyway. We're going to need some of these. If anyone's got... Hey, Mrs. Mark. If anyone's got any of these kicking around the shed with this writing on them that says Stauffer's patent, London, number 4, hit me up, because I really would like some of these. And at this point I'm probably going to cast them, but it's a lot of work that we haven't really got time for. Don't know about you or me, but that's a bit how it is. Anyway, that's another job that we didn't think we had. The other issue, we got all the headstock painted. Which is what that plate's off. And we took the top cover off it, like the cap off the top, which has got 4 bolts in it, and discovered some issues with the pivot gear, or the retaining pin in the pivot gear on the front forks. There are problems with that. Probably the problems are going to last a little bit, but it's not going to be a little while before we fix it. But it's something that needs fixing, so I'm guessing that we're going to continue on with the front end and get it all sorted. And if we're going to do that, we're probably going to put rubber on the front poles and all that sort of stuff. So it's a bit of a job. So I didn't paint the front forks, which I had every intention of actually doing. But after I saw that, I thought, well, no, it's not going to happen. We did paint back as far as the throat plate on the firebox, right through, and the cylinder, right, the cylinder casting, and the covers, and the headstock, the chimney base, and took a lot of bits off. We're going to ignore that. People, yeah, this isn't something that's going to happen. Because I've got nothing else to do. I'm not going to even think about that for a few weeks. I thought I brought them in, but obviously I never. I've got the side covers off the cylinders. This is Dan's attention span on this stuff. Oh look, a whistle. Oh look, a windmill. Oh look, a portable engine. Oh look, a Bedford truck. Oh look, a whistle. So I got the side covers off the cylinders. They're bits of tin. They're not very big, and I thought I was going to have them here on the bench to show you, but obviously I don't. They must be still in the back of the caravan. They're going to be painted grey, So they're the first bits to be painted grey. It's about that colour, a little bit darker. It's called shadow grey. Something like that. And we'll put a white stripe around them. Now, just to the sides on the Yorkie bottles, most people out those days, that area probably can't tell the difference between a bowl and a Yorkie bottle, but I'm just saying. I've been looking for a coat of arms for Woy Woy, or is it Shire? Or Woy Woy Shire Council, because I thought I would paint a coat of arms on one side of the cylinder, which would be really nice. Hey Adam. And probably coat of arms of the city actually bought the roller in the first place. But can't find one, so there's no such thing as far as I know. It's not an actual thing. As far as I can see, so we might have to leave that. They don't. There was some guy on Instagram actually who was making very nice smoking apparatus as art, hand blown stuff, pretty much in the shape of plastic disposable ware. Like, you couldn't tell the difference, except that they were really quite good quality, and I thought they were clever. I have to go in the council office, but it's down in Sydney, and I haven't been to Sydney for a long time. And see, Erina Council was absolved in 1928, which was 2 years after the roller was bought. And it became Woy Woy and something else. They split up because it was too big an area for one council, apparently. And Woy Woy Council owned this roller, but when I think about it, it was probably Erina Council that actually bought it in 1926, which is 2 years before they were absolved. Now, I know they bought two rollers because they ordered one in 1924 as well, but I can't seem to find very much about the second one. Now, in 1947, I think, the two shires merged back into Gosford City Council. And Gosford City Council in 1950 something, or 1960 something, I think. No, it's not, Dan, I don't think. Anyway, Gosford City Council in 1960 something become Central Coast Council, which is what it is now, and they've got an actual coat of arms, but I can't find any of the others, and there doesn't seem to be much record of it. The one Morgan's got is much later. That's the same age as the one I've got, which is 1926. Now, the one that was ordered in 1924 and arrived, I've got paper cuttings of, must have been quite a lot earlier, as far as a serial number of 1520 something, 15200, something like that, about that era, I think, 15400, something like that. Anyway, hey Mats. Anyway, that's all very irrelevant, uninteresting stuff to most people unless you actually live and breathe Fowler rollers. Anyway, there's not very much written about the second roller. I guess one of them went to Woi Woi, and the other one went to whatever the other part of the Shire was. Anyway, we don't know very much about it. And pretty sure as heck it wasn't grey, and pretty sure as heck it wasn't named Lilith. So I'm guessing that we've already crossed that line. I didn't try a Trove yet. That might be a good spot to look. But it might be really nice on the side of the roller, I thought, on the cylinder cover or on the cylinder cladding. Don't know. So got all the blower off as well, because it just unscrewed it and it's a bit crap and it's really not happy. And what you find is that half the time when you shut the drain cocks, the blower either turns on or turns off or something like that. So that's a bit crap. So we're going to fit a proper, like, screw down valve and some proper piping, etc, etc, etc. It was sort of a good thing, but it's sort of a pain in the too, and everything touches, and it's hard to keep paint on things when they're all banging together. Anyway, going to do that. In the process of this, we're probably going to put a pipe pointing upwards in the actual blower, because the boiler blower in the smoke box really only creates turbulence as it is at the moment. It doesn't actually point uphill or point away from the fire. It just sort of points down in it and bubbles around, I think. So we might actually have a blower that works by the time we put it all back together. We also need to make another gasket for the chimney, because it's no good without it. Though it might be better without the gasket than it was, because I've actually cleaned up the faces and made them sort of nice. What else? What else happened? That's sort of where I got to. So that was a pretty heavy weekend. There is no launch. And this weekend is Petrie Steam, like the big annual Steam Fair, which is also my birthday weekend. There you go. How cool is that? Yeah, it's a joint, righto. You can call it a joint if you like, but really it's just a bit of cardboard cut out the right shape with some stinky stuff on each side. That's about what we're going to end up with. That's what it had before. So Petrie Steam Day this weekend, and I'm not going to get there Saturday, unfortunately, but I will get there Sunday. Monday or Tuesday I've got to go to Ipswich to sort out or have a look at or decide on or organise a time to do a sign right job on a vintage truck, or on a classic truck anyway, which is the F86 Volvo, which looks like it's actually coming up pretty nice. Monday's boiler inspection day. I'm not going to get down there to do that. I don't think anyone's going to be there to do that. The next weekend is the Cactus Show Day. Now, why is the Cactus Show important? Bill. Yeah, I'm not going to Cactus Show either, but apparently there's a Cactus Show. So Fridge is coming up with Sam to the Cactus Show, and he's dropping off his Harley tanks that I've got to run a pinstripe round, and then he's picking them up again on the next day, I believe, and taking them back with him. Now, probably he's picking this up as well. I'm just getting all this straight in my head. He's picking this up too, if we can get this forged over. I'm probably Monday or Tuesday, that's going to be the big job, is to get this riveted in the back here. And I don't think that'd be a big job, really. We'll get that sorted. And then the next weekend is Roof on the Shed weekend on Sunday and Monday, which is pretty exciting. So I'm going back down there that weekend. Or are we up to the 15th or something? Now, the weekend after that, we're going to have to really do some... I'm not sure what's happening the weekend after that. But we're really going to have to start thinking about getting the roller back together. We're going to need some fire bars. We're going to need... Yeah, there's things that we're going to need to do. So my life's a bit stressful at the moment. That's the next month. In amongst all that, there's probably should do a tax return and get some money back out of them, which will probably pay for some of these things. Because that's getting a bit pressing. And then third week in July is Glenrayson Timberfest, so there's still a lot to do before that. I need to clone myself. That's exactly right. Get 2 jobs. Yeah, and after Glenray, we can start again. We can refresh. Except that someone I know thinks that they should buy a windmill restoration project, which is an interesting concept, but as far as anything more than that, it seems a bit obscure. Fire bars are on. Let's have a look here. Right. They were cast iron, but one of the fire bars is steel, right, which is fabricated up. So we will get one of the fire bars, which is this one here, and copy that. Because everyone has one of these in their bedroom or in their workshop. This is, I don't like this much. Sorry, guys. I'm going to bend a valve or something on that engine or something. Let's put it round here like this. Right. So this one is fabricated. See? It's 2 pieces of 1/2 inch plate. I think it's 1/2 inch plate, 12mm plate. Cut to match this shape. And then there's 2 pieces of 16 in between, 3 pieces of 16 in between, one each end. There's a block on each corner, each end, like this, tacked on. And there's a spacer in the middle and a piece on each side for a spacer. So that's what we're going to copy. So we need 4 of these. So we need 8 of these bits and 4 of the centre pieces, 8 of these end pieces, 8 blocks and 8 of these. And then we just V them all up and tack them top and bottom. the way through, and they should be doable. Bill wants to know whether they're long or normal. Not sure what that's going on with. Depends on the stimulation, apparently. So, that's the fire bar, and that's what we're going to do. So if we had 5 of these, like this one and 4 more, we would be set. There's a different one on each side, right at the outside, but they're really good still. So we get the cast iron ones are still really good. So we're going to live with them and just replace the 5 middle ones. And yeah, I'm actually CADing these up to a DXS file so we can get them cut. And then once they're all cut and all the bits, we'll just tack them up, like MIG them top and bottom, and MIG these pieces on. Whether you, I don't know whether you, I think you just tack these on sideways here. And probably these blocks, cut them out of a bit of something with a notch in them already, and then they can just sit over the top and put a weld down each side. Adam, if you could work out some way of getting that information, it'd be awesome. But I don't know if they even had one. So that's the fire bars. Get them done before Glen Ray, because the engine's no good without it, and most of them are busted through here. And the ones that weren't busted through there, I've actually moved on the weekend, and they're now busted because they didn't stand a lot of moving. So there's only poverty holding them in. How they didn't fall out in the next fire, I don't know. But if we can do that, that'd be fantastic. That's one job. Headstock and everything's this nice colour. This is a gloss black. I did use the a whole tin actually of heatproof black from Norglass, which I think is a really nice product, and it went on really nice, and it sort of covered pretty well and it looked good, but it's not black when you actually look at it. Next to the actual black, because it has sitting next to black pieces, it's about that colour, something like that. So there's quite a substantial change. But I think probably we'll keep posted on that, because while it's a really nice paint and it was a lot cheaper than Pot Valley, and it's probably going to last 10 times as long, I think it might need a fire in it a couple of times to get it actually turn black. We'll see. If it's still brown at the end of Glen Ray, we'll think about it then. But yeah, it looks all right, I think. I'm pretty happy with the way it's come up. There's a fair bit of work in it, and a lot of wire wheeling and a lot of wire brushing, and a whole lot of dirt come off it. A lot of wet backside sitting around in the grass underneath doing it. But there we go. It's done. And it looks good. Still didn't do the manhole doors. Need to wire brush up all the plugs and put them back in when the water inspection's done. We need to do a proper washout, like a proper washout at some point before all that goes back together. The list is just endless. Anyway, that's the fun of owning a steamroller. if anyone thinks it's a good idea just to go and buy a steamroller, have a bit more of a think about it before you do that. I'll sit you down and tell you how much work it actually is, and how much of the really dirty jobs you're going to have to do yourself, because any volunteers, the crowd ain't going to do any of that. Not that I'm bitter about it. No, I'm not even. It's fun and I really enjoy it, but it does get pretty dirty. But it's like painting the Sydney Harbour Bridge. When you get to the end of it, you go for a walk for a day and end up at the other end and start again. So it's endless. It's not ever going to stop, I don't think. But we'll get a plate on it. Hopefully at some point we can take, I'd like to get, and it's going to be tomorrow night or the next night because there's no other space, but I'd like to get my sign done for the Trades Guild, and maybe they've got the other plate for the other side of the roller finished, which is the agent's plate from Sydney. But I don't think it's cheaper than a gym membership. It's probably more likely to get used than a gym membership. If I had a gym membership, I probably wouldn't use it as much as I probably could. But there you go. It's a lot of work. Don't grudge anyone. It's good fun and I really enjoy it. But this last weekend was pretty full on. I wasn't feeling real bright for any of it. Don't know. Still not feeling particularly bright, bit of a sore throat today. So I hope no one else got that. Anyway, that's where we're at. The other thing too, having the roller sort of when was that, Adam? When was that? Sorry, I was reading that. Yeah, we're sort of up to the stage where we can put some steel cage on the outside of the boiler, and then put some boiler cladding on and some brass banding, and have like a pretty roller with cladding on it again for this year. Yeah, I believe, Adam, that's the first roller. That's the first one. I think I've read that. That's the first one in 1924. Because from order to completion and to delivery on a Fowler roller in 1926, from the works information, was only about 3 months. Like from when you send the money to when you actually get the roller, it was like 3 months. But I don't know what happened this end, so maybe that is the same roller. I don't know. I don't think there would be a few years between ordering to delivery, because I believe that Fowler had them in stock, and when the dealership actually got in and ordered, that was pretty well immediate. But the rest of the delay was probably 12 months in the council office and releasing the money and in agents and things like that. That's probably very true. Getting it freighted, it left the works 16771. There's the plate off it there, 16771. Left the works in March 1926, and it was signed forward and delivered on Sydney docks in I think the beginning of July. So I was a bit impressed by that. And that was 3 rollers. So the agent may have been waiting to get orders for 3, but they actually imported, in the 1920s, they imported 28 of them, which is kind of an ongoing thing. So there were 28 DNA rollers that were imported by Austral Engineering Supply Company. Over, well, I don't think they took over the agency until the early 20s, because Clyde Fowler were the agent before then in New South Wales. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't think that there was a huge delivery time on them. And maybe it is the same roller, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But 1,300 quid sounds like a pretty good deal. Yeah, I think so, Mark. I think they all moved pretty quick, and they I mean, it's not like it was a special order thing. They were shipping them all over the world. I honestly, they went to Argentina and Brazil and Bogota was the clack valve on that side. The injector clack valve on my roller is actually serial number to one that went to Bogota. So I don't know. You might be right, Adam. I don't know how much longer it would have took, or what happened, or whether there's actually minutes of the meetings or anything else, because they kind of got a bit disillusioned with the whole council and modified the way it was sorted within a couple of years. So I don't know what still exists, but it could be the 1926 roller. But it also says that the 1926 roller, if I found something else, is saying that when they split the 1926 roller, or the 1924 roller, or the steam roller, was part of the package that went to the other half of the split, which is up the road, which is a bit strange when you think that this thing was actually in a park in Woi Woi for quite a considerable time after it was sort of scrapped. I have a picture of it in 1951 on a float in the council yard, which would have been about the last. It was probably the last time it was loaded. And I think that it was only sort of out of service for a couple of years at that point. So whether they decided to upgrade because it was costing too much to get it fixed, or whether there was a repair bill involved, or whether they needed a new boiler or what, I don't know. The interesting thing too about it is that was that the engine still had motion guards and all those sort of things on it when it was left to the council yard. So I don't know what happened to any of that. There's also a very nice storage toolbox or works toolbox up behind the tender and no basket on it. So the basket must have been something that happened in restoration. Thanks, James. And while the basket is very practical, it's also very ugly. And it doesn't really look like a proper city steamroller with that. But anyway, we live with it. I don't think the basket will come off because it's much too practical. But it's very much a 1990s Australian restoration thing. It's a wood basket on one. I think. Anyway, that's all steamroller stuff. No one's particularly interested in steamroller stuff, I'm sure. But anyway, it seems to be what I live and breathe this week, the next 6 months. Got some stickers in the mail. Now, I'm pretty hopeless with mailing out stuff, and the particular stickers. And I know there are people here that want stickers of mine, and I've got them there, and I probably should mail them out. But I got these from Rusty Inventions, which is awesome. I haven't actually had one of his stickers before. I hadn't had a lot of correspondence with him, but he definitely, if he's watching, thanks Rusty, that's awesome. Check out his channel. I'm going to put it on the board. It's a new sticker. It's the first new sticker for quite some time. Come with a note. He's in the UK. So got those. Better send one back to him. With a nice note, which is awesome. Thanks, Rusty. Anyway, that's about all the news. All the news. This paint's dry, which is awesome. So there's hope for the rest of it. Got to clean up the heads of those bolts and bolt that back on this board, which is also pretty well. It's getting to the point that it is fairly dry. It goes in that slot there. Like so, I can't do it with one hand, so I'm not going to. But that goes on here. And this bolts back on the engine. This paints it's the duck scuds really. It's good stuff. This is Norglass Premium Enamel. It's pretty jolly nice. That's just a brush finish too, so very, very, very impressed with the way that levels out. There's a few casting marks, but there's no actual, as such, brush marks in it. So pretty happy with it. That's nice paint, that. Like I said, the jury's still out on the heat proof, but this Norglass and the undercoat system and everything, and the wash-up system and everything is really good. I like this. Hey, Darren. Did you get your car clock going, Darren? So, I like this stuff. There's every chance to believe that this may take a fortnight to dry properly. But it's a pretty nice finish and it's not slippery or anything. And the few people I've talked to have actually used this in this application say it lasts really well. So that's good. So there we go. As for this baby, nothing's happened. I did get some use the other day when I made that stud. It's going to get a bit more use at some point. I might try and get a day on it this week. Not feeling it particularly, but I've got to get stuff done. There's always stuff to do. I'd like to get this through a couple more stages and get things actually working on it again. Anyway, Mark, I'll send you this job that we're not actually doing. I'll send you the dimensions, the length of this. What else? Don't know. That's probably about it. I've probably really covered everything, and it's just been roller, and I'm sorry about that. Who's got a video up this week? There's a really awesome Rust Knox video series. I'm making a copy of one of the early micrometers. It's really enjoying that. It's good fun. Bill's going to release a video on the 5th. That's exciting. No, what's going to happen, Peter, is I'm going to end up building 2 of them. One day having a roller from Blue Metal. Okay. Take care, Randy. Was there a new video from Randy? Probably was. You should go and check that out. Mark's doing a live show on Tuesday. Don't count me in too often on that. If I'm around and I don't have too big a workload and I'm home in time, I will certainly sit in and watch it. But don't expect, I'm crazy committed anyway, but really enjoy your live stream, and we'd like to see some more roller progress. James been slacking. James, what micrometer? That's good. That's good. Pretty good. Sort of interesting, fun. Sort of a video series. I really enjoy that. I kind of miss those sort of video series on YouTube. Having said that, I'm not actually making those sort of video series on YouTube, so it's probably some of my fault. I took delivery just before 21st of February 25. See, it's a different roller. Oh, that sounds all right, Bill. We could watch that. This roller, they took this 16771. It's a works plate over there. They took delivery of this at the end, towards the end of 1926, because it hadn't left the works in 1925. Yes, I've been meaning to go and have a look at that, Darren. So they must have ordered another 10-ton Fowler almost immediately, because there's a list, yeah, but no, there's not going to be a tutorial on watch track making, to be honest. Fab should do one probably, but he's as busy as I am. So that 10-ton Fowler is 12 months before this one. 18 months before the second one. So there you go. That's how that works. There must have been 2. There must have been another one that was delivered about July 1926. Unless someone's got the sort of the story mixed up, and it's not actually that roller, but it was the roller that was in the park at Woy Woy, so I don't know. Yes, launch is my only lathe at the moment. I had 2 launches until about 12 months ago, and I sold one, which was a little one, and it was a project lathe, and it was put away in the corner, and it's never going to happen. At this point, it's going to be my only lathe for a long time, because I can't afford to put together a whole new complete system for something else. And that's the expensive bit. Buying the lathe is cheap, it's getting all the bits for it. That's how that works. Anyway, to be honest, I'm probably going to call this. Thanks heaps, guys, for tuning in. It's really awesome to catch up and to talk to everyone and to see what's happening. Get some feedback on stuff. Yeah, there's no room for another machine. There was probably room for the little one, but don't have time. Honestly, don't have time. Don't have much else to add. I'm going to put this 5-bar down out of the way. And we'll catch you all. Be kind to each other. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And there will be some more updates, but I might try and get a video of Petrie Steam Day on Sunday if there's anything happening. I'll take a video camera and we'll see what happens. I'll go up Sunday morning early. If I can get something to put together, that'd be pretty awesome. But we'll see how we go. I didn't take any video last weekend, so it was pretty poor. Anyway, we'll catch you guys, and I'm out. Thanks.